All right, we're back. Back and better than ever. All right. Welcome back. Before I had to restart the stream, if for those that haven't already watched the other majority of the stream and wondering why we're starting off in the national championship, well, had to restart stream. The heat was messing with my console and it just wouldn't load. So here we are against Duke. Let's go win the national championship and let's go undefeated in every single playoff game we ever play. In what could be our potential last ever chance to make the national championship, there's no guarantees we make it next year. Our only hope is, well, we just got to have the same kind of schedule. But I guess without further ado, let's get into the national championship. And here we go. That's what this journey has been all for. We've been trying to prove it year in, year out, that we are the team to beat in college football. Duke has been a thorn in our sides that we have scheduled because they've typically been like top 5 team every single year. And, well, we just don't have that luck. Our last national championship was in 2050. This one, 2054. Well, I guess technically 2051, but here, 2054. 3 years separate our last national championship. 2 national well, not 3 years. It's been 3 years since we have been to the national championship, I guess you could say. And we're going to be starting off this championship game with the football. Let's get into it. Deron Carter going to return the football. How far can he get? I don't know. Out to the 17 is where we shall start. Coach BJ Michaels isn't new to this. Both teams have seen a shot at the national championship. But we know Duke. And yep, we know it's all about touchdowns and not field goals. Perfect. Couldn't have said it better myself, even though I am the one who just said it. Nice first run. Derek has basically taken control of this team, and he's just been a great player for us. He's been incredible. 3rd and 2. Fourth and 1. I can imagine it's a long one. Indeed, it's kind of a longish. Nice job, Deron Carter, wide open. He's going to have that one for an easy first down. Just get it. And Darren Wilbur, he took over as the number 1, but he is, I don't know. Somebody's going to get open. And that somebody... No, Deron Carter. We've got to lob it deep, not freaking whatever we're doing now. What the bro? The frick is that? There, of course, none other than they're leaving Darian wide open, and he's gonna break free for a first. I genuinely don't know how he got that first down on 4th and 10, but he did, and we will continue the drive. Darian York has been a beast. 200 yards in his return game last week. Or almost 200. He was like 2 yards short. 4 touchdowns. Just step up and run it. You don't see it from him often, but whenever you do, it's pretty good. Well, I guess that time it didn't work as well as we wanted it to. But it's 3rd and 4. That's where sometimes it feels like we're intentionally trying to drop it. Well, consistent drops is going to lead to us turning it over on downs. Now Duke's going to get a shot on offense. I don't know, man. We can't just keep dropping it. Getting barely hit doesn't, it shouldn't matter. They're going to toss it down to the flats. Whenever I don't want to switch onto a guy, they switch me onto him. And then when I do want to switch onto a certain guy, they don't let me. Nice little toss down. And he does step out. 2nd and 10. Let's run cover 3 match. Let's go, boys. Come on. He's going to be hit. 3rd and 8. Third and 8. And are we really... Come on, we've beaten Duke before. They always give us a good game. But let's not play for just a good game. Let's play for a national championship. Screen. Thank you, Khalil. Add a way to pitter patter your feet or fatter. Yeah. And we're gonna take him down. 4th down. Duke's gonna be held at just 3. It starts with one thing. I don't know why, but whatever. Let's go, boys. Look at half those stadiums repping the black and yellow. Tony D'Imperio! He could be gone in the national championship. He is kick return touchdown. Tony D'Imperio. It's his 2nd return touchdown of the season. Let's freaking go. Get hyped in the natty, boys. Get freaking hyped. 97 yards. And we've got the lead 7-3. Offense didn't even have to go back out there. When will they ever learn Tony the Imperio is a beast at return? Are you rocking with the Pt.2? Because we are. Back in motion. I was going to toss it out to him. Khalil, now is your chance. He gets stiff-armed, but at least he takes him down. Well, out of bounds. Bring him down, Steven Timms. Good job. Nice pass command. And we're playing off of them, but hey, second quarter and we've got the lead, 7-3. Not even being an offensive touchdown is crazy still. Duke has done a lot better than we have on offense. I can't even lie. Not to mention, we've dropped a lot of easy catches that you just got to catch through contact. But I digress. You've got to hold on, and we'd have the lead right now if it wasn't freaking. We are not even trying to tackle. We're not even trying to tackle, and it shows. Ten to 7. Well, let's see. Are they going to kick it away from Tony? No, they're going to kick it right back to him. When will they ever freaking learn? Oh my God! Why would you push? Why would you run into him? Why the frick would you run into freaking Tony? He's trying to steal a spotlight. Well, besides for teammates trying to consistently steal their own, well, teammates' shine. Third and 3. Let's get Darian on that. And heck, maybe even see if we can hit. Oh, never mind. Just hold on, Darian. That's all we need you to do. Hold on to the dang football. Jerome Carter! He's going to cut outside. Get a massive gain. Okay, I see you, boys. I see y'all. We didn't spawn our first drive. Patrick O'Shaughnessy. He's not going to get caught. He's going to have a touchdown. We're getting the lead right back. This is going to be a fun game. A fun game. Not nearly as good of a team as when we played off against Pitt and the Natty. But still, really good team. There's a reason why they've made it here. Duke always gives a good game. But we can't let them get the lead back. Okay, well, Pt.2 might not be working too well, too hot against them. Come on, Larry. Come on, boys. Oh, take down Evan Leclerc. Definitely had a guy open. Definitely had a guy open. Dude. What are we doing? You're supposed to cover deep. That's what I mean. Nobody even does their correct coverage. You're supposed to be covering the freaking end zone. But nobody wants to freaking learn that. And they don't want to learn that they're not supposed to be kicking it to Tony. Let's just run it here. And we need that line freaking protecting a whole lot better. Okay. Keep that clock ticking and keep Darian York in your hearts, because he will certainly not let you forget his efforts here today. He's getting us a lead right back. I wouldn't be surprised if he can eventually get above 200. He wants to be the playoff hero. He wants to make up for the fact he's been hurt for a while, for like the majority of the playoffs. But he came back at the most important time, most clutch time. And now it's time for the defense to step up yet again. Got to make sure we can wrap up and not get routed up. Brady's gonna get sacked. Steven Timms. Steven Universe. Steven whatever you want to freaking call him. Steven Football while you're at it. Knocked away. Great coverage. The white boy getting it done. They're trying to run all goes on us. Now go. Don't go. Either way, just got to know you're not gonna do that to us here. Fourth down. They didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. Ertz gonna punt it. Finally holding Duke to a punt. The most crucial time as well. Let's go, Tony. It's been your spotlight so far. Okay, well, a couple yards ain't bad. Darian York. Outdoing everybody. First down, let's keep it going. Keep the hype train going. Got all 3 timeouts, so still plenty of time, I want to say. Ah, come on. 3rd and 6. We don't need the most yards. Let's call our first timeout. We've got all 3. No need to waste them. The whole goal is to get in the end zone after all right now. Okay, hurry up. Darian, holding on. We'll call another timeout. We'll utilize that last one for the, we'll utilize that last one for a field goal if we need it. Man, they are trying to hurt him. Like, actively trying. You know what? Let's move York inside a little bit. And we're going to get him in the end zone. Darian York. Touchdown. And we're going to extend the lead up to 11. 18 seconds left in the first half of the national championship. Immortality, once again, could potentially be just 16 minutes and 14 seconds away. Eleven seconds. 11 seconds is all I can spare. Bad throw. 3rd and 4. Let's keep it going. The cover 4 drop. They've got 8 seconds. I don't think they could even set up a field goal at this point. They'd have to get the catch, get down quickly, all while being in field goal range. And it's overthrown. 4th and 4. Knocked away. That'll be the end of the first half, where we've got an 11-point lead in the national championship. It's been a good game. It really has. Offense started off incredibly slow, but as we always do, we had a good second quarter. Now it's really about having a good 3rd and 4th quarter and finally winning that national championship yet again. Derek DeMarco has played like an absolute stud, stepping up in the pocket when he needed to, finding Darian also when he needed to. It's been great. It really has. Well, besides for some coverage issues, I do think coverage needs to work. We need to work on covering guys a little bit better. But other than the coverage issues, we've definitely stepped it up. So let's go get a stop on Duke and get the ball back. Got an 11-point lead, so we've got a little bit of a cushion. Okay. Nice first play for them. First play of the half. Just going to check it down, and it's only going to be for 3, so... Yeesh. Okay, guys, definitely cover pass. It's It's picked off. Marcus Kenyon. User alert city. You have just been invited to the Pick Island. Let's freaking go, baby. User Lurk in the national championship. That is how games are won. Patrick O'Shaughnessy might be on a little bit of Hennessy, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I saw that corner. 2nd and 3. Can we go up by 18? And the answer is yes. Darion York, touchdown. Yet another big play from him. He's easy to find, hard to guard. I don't think I'm a sim the natty at all. I think I'm going to play through it entirely. Alright, here we go. It's got by the tight end, of course. Just checking it down, not bad. Oh, and his name's Hector. I don't think I want to try to maybe say it's a... Okay, 2nd and 7. Let's go Tampa 2. Call it a pass. Call a spade a spade. Meanwhile, he is instantly shedding our tackles. Watch out for a run here. We knew it was a pass. I literally said pass commit. Khalil, thank you for the tackle. The whole way to win this half is by shutting down their running back, Evan Leclerc. And there you go, Hector. That's how it's done. Mr. Cowboy collar wearing son of a gun. It's Larry Tubbs. Knocked away. No, sir. Oh, wait, that's not Larry. That's Alex Smalls. Smalls killing him. Now it is time to see, can they make it a 15-point deficit? And that answer is easily answered. Yes, they can. We've got a 15-point lead and still a 3 possession. No, technically it is a 2-possession game now. But the wrong Carter. Just need some good acceleration boost, that's all. Played good on offense so far. And then Ursua, he's going to have himself a grab. Well, I mean, should have kept it. That's all I'm going to say. They don't respect Patrick as much as they should. I am genuinely feeling disrespected by it. Wow, what a freaking fight. You could tell he wants this win so freaking bad. Roncada making the grab. First down and 10. We could potentially get this out to a 22-point lead. Patrick O'Shaughnessy getting us 8 yards. He's been a powerhouse. Ooh, Darren Wilbur. We don't look your way much. But we do look York's way. We do look Darian's way. I mean, we already know he's a freaking legend. He's a legend fighter pilot for us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, put up them fours. 8 minutes left to see who will become the best team in the nation, the national champions. Right now, we're on that pace. Got a 15-point lead. Looking to potentially get back into the end zone. It could be us. But it's 8 minutes of absolute success is what we need. You know what, Darren Wilbur? You haven't done all too much today. Let's get you involved. You could have potentially outrun him on the edge, but I don't think it would have happened. Completely honest here. He does get in the end zone, but it will be called back. It's just freaking Miles Algier. I learned his name. He's a lineman. I don't really pay attention to lineman names, but I learned it because he freaking holds every time. I'm so freaking sorry, Darren. It's not you, man. It's not. It's just as easy as putting him on a freaking deep crosser. 22 points. He's got 253 yards and 4 touchdowns. Talk about a freaking comeback. He's basically having to be 2 receivers right now. But let's freaking go. He could be on pace for 300. And we miss him. Do not let Evan Auclair beat us. No! You had it. All you had to do was stay back a little bit further. Dang it. Could have had yet another user alert. I get it. I know he's not the best at catching. Nearly picked. Spencer Holiday nearly had his first pick of the playoffs. Expect to... You know what? Nah. Let the coverage team expect a pass and let the defense expect a run. I'm sorry, let the line expect a run. Going deep. And it's intercepted! Spencer Holiday's gonna have the pick. Now it is time to just chew the frickin' clock. Spencer Holiday finally gets his first pick. Just let that clock wind down. And we will be crowned as your national champions. 22-point lead. You know what? Darian, run it. Run a zig. Stay in bounds. Only pass if they're absolutely uncovering everybody. Should have ran it to the outside. Oh, we can do anything we want. Just do not. Well, Darian York, he certainly seems to be doing whatever he wants. Knowing the game, it's gonna give the player of the game to Derek DeMarco. But then again, he has been balling out. They're going to give him the grab. He's got 313 yards. Holy crap. He might break the record for most grabs in a game by a wide receiver. First down, baby. I want to get Darian that touchdown. He's going to get in the end zone. He wants MVP. The crowd better be chanting Heisman or whatever. Let's freaking go. Okay, Darian's going to break some kind of record after this game. He better go to the NFL. But remember, we were going to try to win this game for, oh man, let's freaking go. Up 29 in the national championship. Duke didn't stand a chance. You know what? We're petty like that. We're freaking petty. They do get out of bounds, but I don't know, man. Duke came in, and Duke is going to be leaving. He drops it. Had butter on his fingers. Sailed it over his tight end's head. Been trying to look his way all game, but to no avail. Oh no, they're going to cut the deficit to 20. 21 seconds left in the game. It's a 22-point lead. Oh no, we're going to lose. And the last person who I want returning it, or at least for the last time this season, Tony D'Imperio. He's already got a kick return touchdown in the Natty. First touchdowns of our game, by the way. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, your Central Texas Engineering Fighter Pilots have won their second national championship with Coach BJ Michaels. And we are officially a dynasty in college football. A combination of one of the most elite defenses in college football history, getting a ton of interceptions, not forcing as many sacks, but we are the no-fly zone. And boy, does it feel good. Finwa or Sua. Man, give that ball to either give that championship to either Darian York or Derek DeMarco. And they're gonna give the MVP of the game to Darian. That's perfect. I mean, you still can't discredit how good Derek DeMarco played, but Darian York, 300 plus receiving yards, 4 or 5 touchdowns. Look at that. Love to see it. Oh man, I'm so happy. This was a perfect game. A great way to potentially end this entire series. We of course got one more season next year, and it's going to be a tough one. This season's tough to top already. But I guess since it is the last episode of the series, I don't know. Since we're obviously not going to have an off season, we might just let this off season be that. But we'll look at the records and stuff. We'll get to see if we move up any star ranking at all. But Josh Longo couldn't really do all too much for him, the junior quarterback. He tried, but he failed. Derek DeMarco wins a national championship in his first season starting. Not to mention, he had an insanely good season starting. Breaking some conference records, but perfect game in the national championship, except he only threw 8 incompletions, but still, 6 touchdowns, 464 yards on just 42 attempts with 34 completions. Derek DeMarco, you good sir, are one of the best quarterbacks in school history, winning a natty in your first year as starter. Great job from him. Also, Patrick Shaughnessy, I don't know if you're going to the NFL or not. I mean, you are good enough to do so, but I would love it if you just want to come back one more year potentially and help us go back-to-back and beat, for the first time in school history, go back-to-back national championships. But you already know Duke is going to want to get revenge, so definitely have them on our schedule next episode. So crazy to see how this team, like where this team has come from and where it is now. Darian York, 22 receptions, 328 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 drop. He's an incredible player. Darren Wilbert, he had to be the number 1, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing Darian York wasn't that number 1 instead putting him in the slot. But man, what a freaking national championship this was. Win our second one in school history, in the span of like 3 or 4 years, we win 2 of them. Either way, that's good. Really freaking good. But now to check on the defense. Defense did really good this game, other than obviously letting Duke start off pretty hot. But we made them calm down and eventually took off in the second quarter and never really looked back. We wanted this national championship more than anybody. We are 8-0 in the playoffs, including national championships where we won 2 straight. Really good game. 1 total sack from Steven Timms and Dom Hamrick. Stevens going to graduate. Larry Tubbs is going to graduate. But Marcus Kenyon and Spencer Holiday both got picks. I would love it if they can both come back to help us go win another. But it's not that easy. I wouldn't be surprised if most of these guys just straight up went to the NFL. Some of them still want to prove themselves. But others, they don't really have they don't really think they have anything else left to prove. But love this. Man, it's so hard to see this team go. But our first touchdown was this Tony D'Imperio. Tony's kind of our Devin Hester if you really think about it. We didn't necessarily get here because of them like Devin Hester did with Chicago against the Colts. He didn't necessarily get them. Tony didn't necessarily get us here, but he did return a touchdown earlier on in the season. And He also scored the first touchdown of the national championship for us. Cut back, that acceleration boost, number 15. Yet another guy with the number 15 ain't catching up to him. Tony DiMperio with plenty of run room. He's going to get... He definitely cemented himself in the history books of CTEU with that. Absolute legend. Couldn't have asked for a better player at returning. We're 17-0 for the second time. Perfect season. We have yet to lose a game in, well, like 6, I want to say about 7-ish years, 7 or 8 years since we have lost a game at all. And there you go. Derek DeMarco has set the national single-season passing yards record, which means he probably got over 6,000 passing yards. Well, I'm sorry, Markel Granger, but your record has been broken. Derek DeMarco dominated in the Natty. It can make a full man. It can make, and he's also okay. Derek might just be the best quarterback in all of college football history, and this was his first year playing with us. Well, starting with us. He didn't just set the national single-season passing yards record, he also set the single-season passing touchdowns record, and he wasn't even in the Heisman. That's the funny thing. Yeah, of course, he's also going to break the Pac-12 passing records. Passing touchdowns as well. Oh, wait, no, Darian York has set the CTEU single game receiving yards record with like 353. Of course. Two guys I really love to see go down in the Heisman. Set the single game receiving touchdowns record, and I'm loving that it's all in the national championship 2 games after he got back from injury. He came in and was like, all right, where do y'all need me? What do y'all need me to do? The CTU single game receptions record. I wonder what the national record is, though. Pac-12 single game receptions record. Bunch of legends. Said the CTU single season receiving yards. Okay, he probably got over 2,000. Well, maybe he got just like 16 or 1,700. Single season receptions record, of course. Of course, Derek DeMarco, probably the best quarterback in all of college football history. And Darian York also, well, I guess all of history is a little bit of a stretch. He did break every single record you could for a quarterback, passing yards and touchdowns, national. And keep in mind, Markel Granger had like, and for those that don't know Markel Granger, he was an Oregon Tech quarterback whenever we played with them. He was like, he had over 6,000 passing yards in almost 2 straight seasons. And he had over 60 passing touchdowns. And the fact that Derek DeMarco broke that record in his first season as starter, oh man. Also, Darian York, Pac-12 single season receiving touchdowns record. Anything else, we win the Natty. So, Darian York and Derek DeMarco, probably two of the best players in college football history. Gotta go look at their stats. Our second national championship under coach B.J. Michaels. He has led this team from pretty much nothing to something. His first season here, like 8-6. He's never had a losing season. He came here to win, and after winning our second natty, we are still a 2.5 star. What is the logic? At this point, we should be like a 4.5 star school. We've won our second national championship in like 4 years, and yet we're still a 2.5 star school. Keep in mind, we have never lost a game in that span. Of course. It's the freaking star ratings that are so stupid. At what point do you say Coach B.J. Michaels is one of the best coaches of all time? One of the best college football coaches of all time. That's freaking insane. Spencer Holiday getting National Player of the Week. Darian York, legend. Absolute legend. But it's also crazy to think that Markel Granger, he set the record in like 2030 something. That record's been the same thing for like over 20 plus years. Well, not 20, I'd say maybe 15 plus years. It hasn't changed. Well, no, not 15. I'd say maybe 18 or 19 years. Still, regardless, it's crazy to think. Derek DeMarco, yep, we've unlocked CEO. Crazy. Award winners, please tell me everything's looking all right. Derek DeMarco, considered the eighth best player. Really good stats. 6,408 passing yards, 74 passing touchdowns, and only 8 picks. How did this man not win the Heisman? Even better than this fraud, David Bethea. That's crazy. Also, best player of the year, Bear Bryant, B.J. Michaels, despite winning his second national championship and going undefeated pretty much every year of his career, but like 2 or 3. So technically, he's been undefeated for like 7 years. It's not easy to beat B.J. Michaels. That's very plain and simple. It's not easy to beat B.J. Michaels. Former A&M wide receiver, turned high school coach, turned JUCO coach, and now he was given a shot as wide receiver coach with A&M. I remember explaining all this like the very first episode with CTEU. Crazy to think that we have won 2 national championships with Central Texas Engineering when we couldn't do it a single time with Santa Cruz or Oregon Tech. We couldn't do it a single time with those teams, and we arguably had way better teams with them than we did with CTU. Who knows? We maybe are the best team of all time. BJ Hennessy. Wait a second. Isn't that one of our former coordinators? Because I remember making a joke about it. Jeff Brom, Georgia's head coach. Well, you didn't even make it through the Natty. You got cooked by Duke. But yeah, what a journey it's been for Coach BJ Michaels. Crazy to think next episode will be the last in the Pac-6 simply because dynasties just don't go past 30 years. Simple as that. Derek DeMarco, third best QB in the nation, yet he broke every single passing yard or passing record you could. Any good defensive players on here? No. Little upset. None of our defensive players are here, but Oregon Tech with 2 corners on here. I guess I'll do us justice and at least make it to I'll at least make it to the draft results. And then Darian York appears the 9th best wide receiver in the country. He is graduating, so yeah. Bowled out, broke every school record, broke every Pac-12 record he could. Senior QB. Okay. Wait a second. Oregon Tech. Titus Ladocieux. Sacramento, California. It sounds French. Steven Timms is here. He's graduating as well. Ton of legendary players, you could say. Leon Higgins is here. Fenwa Ursua, one of the best tight ends in the country. He was in the running for the John Mackey Award. He just fell short. Both of our coordinators actually managed to find themselves up here. Utah State's coordinators and head coach. Okay, somebody's paying somebody because that shouldn't have happened. I don't recognize any of these other guys, but congrats to them. Linebacker of the year, nope. Center of the year, Devontae Battles is considered a top 12 team, or top 12 center in the country. Kicker, I'm a little upset Ryan Allison isn't here, the drippiest kicker in all of college football. I think he's also graduating this year, so we managed to win him. I don't think he was with us for the first one, but we do win him his first national championship. Freshman Player of the Year, we didn't have that. That's all the awards. Let's go, let's see. All-Americans. Did we have any national All-Americans to end it? Marcus Minus, our former quarterback, is considered the first-team All-American. I can't recall if he won the Heisman or not. I'm going to check that real quick. Oh, wait, no, it was David Bethea. It looks like they don't respect David. They gave him the Heisman and was like, "Here, take this. You're not really the best quarterback in the country." Well, maybe I was wrong. Oh, I was looking at freshmen. Never mind. But yeah, let's see. Do we have any national Americans? Not first team. What about second team? No, but Oregon Tech's corner. He's on there. What about freshman team? We didn't really start many freshmen this year, so it's understandable. Now for the Pac-12. Yeah, the team that just won the Natty, surely they have... Oh, where's all their defense? Where the heck is all their defense? Oh, well, freshman team. Ty Dillard's here, former four-star wide receiver. Cordell Strait. Oh, yeah, we've got Quincy Ramey, Cordell Strait, and Finwa Ursula. Juan Mama's here. Alton Towns, the four-star that nobody really cared to get, but he was like an elite dev or something crazy like that. National freaking champions, baby. Please show me the score. Alright, let's see what else. Let's check the team schedule for once. Dominated Michigan. That kind of set us off on the right path this year. Then beat Florida State, who was ranked pretty highly then. TCU, who did finish as a playoff team. Duke got the rematch, but they failed to do anything of any substantial note. They lost to us earlier on by 7, but then they lost to us in the Natty by way much more. Then we kind of just dominated our conference. Nobody really had it close. I guess the closest was technically Oregon Tech. But even then, we dominated Pitt 44-14. They were just outside of playoff contention, I'm pretty sure. Beat Michigan, Penn State, and then finally Darian York comes back, plays against USC. We cook them 45-28. And then he also dominates and sets a bunch of records in the national championship against Duke, winning 49-27. What a season it was. One of our toughest ones yet. We had to go out, beat practically everybody on our schedule who was a non-conference game was a playoff caliber team, or at least preseason ranked they were. Surely they'll respect us, put us in the top 10 starting next year, at least. Holy freaking crap, I just noticed we beat Santa Cruz 80-0. I mean, at least Dallas Tech scored 3. But still a great year from our guys. But conference standings, let's see how everybody fared. They went 10-4. So does that mean they won their bowl game? Oregon Tech actually beat Oregon yet again. I don't know what the series it would be with them. But nope, actually they lost their bowl game to North Carolina, 56-23. Not a bad season from them. They still won 10 games. We got very lucky that at least Oregon Tech was good enough to be bowl eligible. But Dallas Tech, Santa Cruz, Vermont State, Metro Atlanta, y'all have got less than a season now to figure yourselves out. Because this series is over after next episode. At least we've accomplished what we've wanted. We've gotten 5 stars. We've gotten 2 national championships within the span of like 4 years. Let's also go check stats and records. Not a career because, well, just not because. National receptions, it was 24. We needed to get him 3 more, and he would have set the record. But look at this. Derek DeMarco, 6,408 passing yards. Still, nobody's breaking that Barry Sanders record, which is hilarious. Also, the 14 picks in a season. Surely you'd think somebody would have. David Nwachukwu, I remember him. Freaking legend. 2,220 receiving yards. Now I need to see what Darian York had. Because I know he had over like 600 yards in just 2 games. Maybe even more. Zay Jones' record with 158 receptions is still safe, but 74 passing touchdowns in a single season is crazy. Man. Now, how much of that was helped by him playing against like our conference versus the ranked teams? Still having 74 passing touchdowns in what we claim as our toughest season at all, like ever. Yeah. But you can see a bunch of these records were ones from long time ago, 1968, 2016, 1988. Shows how insane Barry Sanders was. That his records, even like, what would this be? 70 plus years later, he's probably dead by now. Or he'd probably be dead by this time. All respects to him, of course. But Barry Sanders would probably be long gone by this time. He'd be in like, what, his 90s? 90s to 100? Yeah, Barry Sanders would be dead by now. Because I think by the time he set that record, he was, man, I don't even know, maybe like 20, I'm going to say like 26, 25-ish years old. I could be wrong, but still, or no, heck, no, this isn't college. What am I talking about? This ain't the NFL. No, he'd be like, I'd say maybe late 70s, early 80s years old. He'd be like 18, 19, 20, heck, maybe even 21 years old. Because they usually stayed all 4 years with one school back then. Well, let's see the Pac-12 records. Well, of course, I guess I'll go over this after next season. I guess whether we be successful or not next year isn't really all too important now. We've won 2 national championships. So regardless of whether we're successful or not next year, it ain't going to change a dang thing. David Nwachukwu, 2,220 yards, 137 receptions. His records still stand from 2033. He's an insane player. I could probably go show Oregon Tech's just to maybe see what Marco Granger's original record was, because I don't think anybody's broken that. Derek DeMarco, 74 passing touchdowns, of course, also a national record. A couple records from the originals from the Pac-12. Darian York, 26 receiving touchdowns is crazy. What was the national record for that? 31. Holy crap. Damian Byard balled out with Pitt. Yeah, back to the Pac-12. Oregon Tech, 20 sacks in a single season. I actually think Devontae Jennings, all he needed was maybe a half sack more, and he would have broken the Pac-12 single-season sack record. And now I guess let's go check all the school records. Let's check our school records. Of course, we are very good. Of course, Darian York and Derek DeMarco breaking some records. 112 receptions. Not even close to the national record. But 2047, Spencer Randall still a legendary running back for us. Back then, I think we had the Oklahoma playbook, so him getting 1,600 yards, it's just a big feat in and of itself. He's also a legendary running back for us. He's a part of the all-time CTEU he's a part of the all-time Central Texas Engineering roster. A bunch of records from this year. Darian York and Derek DeMarco setting a bunch of them. Devontae Jennings with 20 sacks. 20 and a half sacks it actually was. They don't show the half sack. But back in 2048, this was like a year or two before before we even made it to the Natty first time. Fresman Durham broke the single season rushing touchdowns record, the school single season touchdown record. Shame he didn't last long enough. And then also Larry Tubbs broke the most picks in a season in the school history with 8. Let's check Dallas Tech. They didn't really go breaking out too many records, but looks like some dude named Alex Kudeshk. He had almost 4,000 yards passing. Considering Dallas Tech started off they started the series off as an air raid offense. Like they were straight up air raid. And that's their best season? Crazy. Receptions 110, nearly breaking our school record. And then Josh Crabtree in 2044. So they broke their records recently. And then it's just a bunch of UTEP records that they didn't really seem to beat. Who's next? And I'm doing this now just in case I don't accidentally forget to do it next episode. But now for Metro Atlanta, they didn't really break out too many records. Scooter Page, back a long time ago in the second year of this, or technically that'd be the third year of the series, 1,500 rushing yards. Even though Scooter Page was a receiver, he somehow broke. Oh, wait, no, it's receiving yards. He had 1,500 receiving yards, and then they also broke. Scooter Page also broke the 88 receptions in a single season. Now this is a throwback. Cam Coleman. He was the first Pac-6 quarterback, or first Pac-6 player in general in the Heisman. Crazy. 32 passing touchdowns. Scooter Page. It's also crazy that they still haven't broken these records. Scooter Page had 17 receiving touchdowns. That's actually pretty good. Rushing touchdowns, no. And the interceptions, Enrique Hodges, wow. They had a DB with 8. That's actually crazy. Now on to Oregon Tech. Yep, you can see it right there. Markel Granger, the former national passing yards record holder, 6,229 yards. David Nwachukwu had 2,220 receiving yards. Of course, we broke every record. Well, except for the interceptions. It was kind of hard to beat 9. And also rushing touchdowns with 21. Yeah, we weren't beating that. Steven Jackson. Okay, I remember him. We didn't get the rushing yards. We weren't really a rushing team with Oregon Tech, to say. But we did break a lot of other records. 137 receptions. David Nwachukwu was an insanely good wide receiver. Him and Markel Granger, that was a scary duo. I could have sworn Markel got over 60, but I digress. 56, not bad. Receiving touchdowns, Darren Shaw had 22. So they're still breaking some records. Darren Shaw, I think he probably broke David Nwachukwu's record. I think Madden 26 or Madden 27, if I get it. I think I'm gonna maybe do a bunch of draft classes with all these guys, because I think I've looked at the draft class almost every year. Not quite every year, but almost every year. So if there's like a year or two where we forget some guys, you'll know why. But I do want to try to do a Madden series. Not right now, but I do want to do a Madden series where we replace a whole division and basically build from there. But yeah, that's Oregon Tech. seeing the records. Former national passing yards record holder Marco Granger had 6,200 yards, but now it's all history. Santa Cruz, Gideon Abanaconda, another guy to remember. 4,500 yards with the school. No rushing or looks like receiving yard stats. We really didn't have a 1,500-yard receiver. I'm shocked by that. Enrique Rust had 95 receptions. Man, looking at all these names is just such a throwback. We really have built up the Pac-6 to become legendary. Santa Cruz and Oregon Tech walked so Central Texas Engineering could run and win 2 national championships. Wow. Tommy G, I remember him. Clyde Flynn, 23 touchdowns. Glenn Calloway, that was one of the defensive linemen. Actually, I think this was, 2043 or 2044. I think 44 was our last year with them. And 2044, I'm pretty sure either that or 2045 was our last year's with Santa Cruz. But yeah, looking at all these names is such a throwback to when I played as these teams. And then finally, Vermont State. Let's see if they have any record breakers. And, well, whoop-de-doo, surprisingly, no. There is no records being broken here. Man. Well, I guess let's look at coach stats, considering Coach B.J. Michaels just won his second national championship. If you can look on the bottom right, 121-11 with CTU, 11-4 against rivals, 29-3 against top 25 schools. He knows a thing or two about beating some great teams, and then also 13-2 in bowl games. The majority of those being playoff games. 9 winning seasons. Oh yeah, because we haven't played next year, so he's never lost. He's not never lost. He's never had a losing season in his entire career. And we've only played 9 years with him, so that means he's never lost he's never had a losing season in his career. He's also never lost a playoff game. We are 8-0 in playoffs, 2-0 in national championships. You see it there. 8 conference championships. We didn't win it year 1. We came close though. 4 first-round picks, 26 people drafted in the first place, and we've just never really been all too hot at recruiting. But we've actually got a 5-star, and we could be getting 2 more. Funny thing is we haven't even looked at season stats. 6, okay, Derek, don't tell me you made a deal with the devil to be this good. Please don't. Also, please tell me you're coming back one more year, please. If Derek DeMarco comes back for at least another year, then we might as well be looking at yet another natty. But insane season by him. Patrick O'Shaughnessy, 1,400 yards rushing, 15 touchdowns. Darion York had 1,787 receiving yards, 26 touchdowns, 112 receptions. We had over 3 1,000-yard receivers. Darren Wilbur finally got that 1,000. So, yeah, we got 3 1,000-yard guys. Darian York is graduating. Matthew Jamison and Darren Wilbur. Despite us winning 2 national championships, Darren is upset. Might as well just go to the draft, bro. Matthew, he was pretty much injured the entire playoffs, so having 2 of our best receivers out in the first 2 rounds won. But a great season from everybody on the team. Great season. Tackles, well, Larry Tubbs had over 114. TFLs, Steven Timms had 19, Hamrick had 15, Malik Moma had 14, and Cade McTire had 10. 4 guys had over 10 plus TFLs. What about sacks? Well, we had two 10 plus sack guys, Dom Hamrick and Steven Timms. Both those guys have been clutch for us in winning a lot of big games. But can't discredit everybody else who got a sack. Interceptions. Larry Tubbs had 8. Heck, Marcus Kenyon almost tied the record with 8. He was my user all season, and boy, oh boy, was it fun usering him. He might not be the fastest linebacker, but he's got decent speed, decent excel, and that just shows how good I was this season at being a user lurking everybody. Didn't mean to click on Marcus. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, let's go to defensive touchdowns. Larry Tubb, the only man to get a touchdown on defense this year. Of course, he got that pick 6. Deflections, Jamichael Todia. He probably could have had a couple more picks, but he just couldn't. Catches allowed, well, being the number 1 corner, he was targeted a lot, so he allowed the most catches. Forced fumbles, Niles Priester went off this year, getting 3 forced fumbles. Alex Small, Spencer Holiday, Tyler Snodgrass, Owen Ramsey, Kid McTire, Jimmy Souls, and finally Steven Timms, all forced a fumble. But how many did we recover? Actually, I need to see how many we got. We got 10 forced fumbles, but how many did we recover? We only recovered 8 of the 10 forced fumbles that we got. We actually blocked... what the... Bro, what? We blocked 3 kicks? Got 1 safety, Alton Towns. I'm shocked we got that many blocked kicks. Didn't realize we were like that. Kicking. Gotta show my boy Ryan Allison, the drippiest kicker in all of college football. Longest to 56, and that was in a playoff game. 86 field goal percentage. I mean, he's not going to get drafted or anything, but he's a really good kicker. And the funny stat for those people who actually know what they're talking about. But here we go. Tony D'Imperio, 2 kick return touchdowns. He almost had over 1,000 return yards. Longest of 99. Crazy. No return touchdowns, but Matthew Jamison, he was a pretty good return man. Younger brother of Jeremiah Jamison. It's a shame how his career played out. Hopefully he doesn't go to the NFL or leaves us. He's a little upset with our playing style. But that's the stats. Like I said, since next episode will be the last one, and we aren't going to be able to do season 31 because, well, that's just not a thing. But if it was, I would most certainly play it. Pac-12, we already know. Well, folks, I guess that means we got to get into the off season. I'm just going to look at draft results and see how much we're losing. Who's all going to the draft? Matthew Jamison, he's projected to go in the 2nd round. There's no chance of making him come back. Derek DeMarco, he has not been persuaded, so it is Mateo Beach's time. Same thing with Spencer Holidays. Wanted to go to the draft. I don't think there's any chance of convincing any of these guys. Five more? I mean, I know there's no chance of bringing any of these guys back. Yeah, we're not bringing any of them back. So we're technically only losing 2 guys to the transfer portal, and that'd be Kiki Strong and AJ Schluger. Well, can I say I care too much? Not really. He's a normal dev transfer thumper. Well, he could develop a lot in pass coverage, but he's a normal dev, so that doesn't help us. Projected round 4, round 7. Shakir Macklin not getting drafted? Okay. Finwa Ursua, unfortunately, not able to. Larry Tubbs projected round 2 pick. Darion York better get freaking drafted. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make him a coach eventually. In like Madden, or heck, even NCAA 27 whenever I do start that series up. Miles Algier, bro, you don't deserve the draft, even if you're high enough overall. You don't. Malik Moma, you do. The Ron Carter, you do and you don't. You were dropping way too many passes, but we should have a lot of draft picks this year. Let's see the draftees. Our only season where we've had a 99 overall team. We win the Natty, of course. But let's see how many people get friggin' drafted. No, Darion York didn't get drafted. No. Oh, that sucks so freaking bad. He broke a bunch of records. Why y'all not favoriting him? Derek DeMarco, after passing for 6,400 yards, he goes in the 4th round. So no first-round picks this year, but an absolute butt-ton of draft picks. Devontae Battles leaving as a sophomore. To be expected, but a nice little salute to all these guys, real quick. Spencer Holiday, you were okay, but... Wait, can we really not upgrade you? What the f... We could have easily have upgraded you. Mia, just a real quick glance over. Salute to all these guys helping us win the Natty. Or at least some more than others. It's a shame Darian York isn't getting drafted, because he deserves it more than Darren Wilbur. He deserves it more than maybe Matthew Jamison. Like, he put up 2 insane stat lines in back-to-back games to help us win the national championship. But I guess since I'm not really going to be doing this offseason, let's go and check everybody else's drafts picks. This will be the final year we'll probably be able to see the draft picks. Let's get on to Metro Atlanta. No draft picks here. Up next, we got Oregon Tech. Surprisingly not. What about Santa Cruz? Nobody drafted here. And then at last, but certainly not least, Vermont State. Nobody drafted with them. Just a quick sneak peek. What is it looking like exactly in the transfer portal? We're very close to getting Amani Iorio and also Thad Flanagan. We'll worry about those next episode, though. We just won the Natty. Surely, if there is a 5-star transfer, surely we've got interest from them. Pt.2, Puha, the quarterback we were trying to get. He could come here. Oh boy, that would be big. That would be big. We could potentially get the #1 transfer in the class. And we're first on his board. That's awesome. Pt.2 Puha. We know he's a good player. But I'm not worried about the recruiting class right now. We'll get into the off season and the last season of the entire Dynasty next episode. I hope to see you there. If you made it this far, consider liking and subscribing, as it does help the channel grow, and it's completely free. Lets me know you appreciate the content I do, and it's just a nice gesture to do. You can completely unsub later if you really want to, but why don't you do that? Going into year 30, the final year of the Dynasty that we can actually play, and the final year of the Pack 6 series. I can't guarantee it'll be the Pac-12 conference next season. I'm sorry, in College Football 27 that I take over, but I am going to announce soon which conference it's going to be. I'm going to announce the teams. Team Builder, I don't think comes out till freaking July 2nd. So I will make the teams, but just beware. It's probably going to be a short. Or you know what? No, I could turn into a video and just explain their backstories. I don't see why not. But yeah, keep out on the watch. Turn on the notification bell. I am Yo Boy Bella One. We are your defending national champions, two-time national champions. Dynasty, by the way. Saying as always, have a good day, have a good night. Hope to see you in the next one. And peace out, everyone. Thanks for watching.